All right, are we live? What up? What up? I know this one was like short notice, so I don't know who's all gonna come through, but I'm going to talk anyway. So, what's up, everybody? This is April. My channel is under Pisces Moon Goddess for right now, but I may be changing it soon. Okay. And today I wanted to talk about Mars in the sign of Scorpio. Yes, Mars moving into Scorpio. Mars is going to move into Scorpio in a few hours from now as I'm filming this. So it's going to go into Scorpio um, on the East Coast in the US. I think it's around like 3:30 a.m. So wherever you live, just like go by that and, you know, figure out what your time zone is and adjust it to that. But yeah, so at first, before we get into Mars moving into Scorpio, I wanted to talk about Mars in Libra, and it's at the 29th degree, the critical degree of Libra right now, okay? Right now, it's at that degree, and that means we're finishing up some unfinished Libra business. And Libra is the sign that rules relationships, it rules partnerships, so what better a time to talk about some crazy relationship stuff. You know, I have a video on here that I recorded like over 2 years ago, just talking about crazy relationships and some aspects in astrology of what can cause you to have a crazy relationship with someone. So I'll do another educational video on that in the near future, but also I wanted to see if anybody had any stories of any crazy relationships, you know, like if you have had a relationship with somebody and you know their astrology sign, you know, their birth chart or something, let's talk about it. Let's share that with me. So, oh, what's up, Deja? What's up, girl? I see that you messaged me and I haven't got a chance to read it yet because I've been go, go, go all about that business, but I will get back to you. I promise. And to anybody that has been taking advantage of the sales that I have right now on my website, which is indigomoonastrology.com. Thank you so much. I will be delivering your readings to you this weekend, okay? So stay tuned. I'm so grateful for you guys. Anybody else that orders a reading, go check them out, man. I've got some pretty good readings on sale. And also, I'm going to be dropping a couple of more sales this coming week, so stay tuned. Had to put in that shameless plug. But yeah, Mars in the sign of Libra. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some relationship stuff. Let me see how many people are here. How many people? Oh, there's 5. Okay, well, that's cool. Hey, you know what? I'm a small channel, so I'm not embarrassed at all. There's only like a few people here. So, yeah, share this though. Get some people to come through. We'll talk about some crazy relationship stuff. And yes, I will do a little bit of some horoscopes for everybody for Mars in the sign of Scorpio and tell you guys how it's going to affect each sign. So I know I'm all about the jokes, the comedy and all that stuff. But I will give you some real deal advisement on how to deal with this transit, this you know, transition from Mars from one sign to the next, what it means, you know, as a collective and as individuals based on your sign. So we will get into that too. Hey, what's up, Claire? Thanks for coming through. I think Claire is one of my OGs who's always here. So is Deja. Oh my gosh. And my Astro Pluto Queen is here. What's up? I know you love this topic too, girl. We're going to talk a little bit of crazy relationship stuff along with Mars and Scorpio and talk about the transit of Mars and Scorpio. Why did I add these two together? I kind of just did it on the spot. It is, you know, because I do horoscopes and all that stuff, but I really love to show everybody how astrology applies to real life, the real deal. Okay, so Baby Teeth says, does it affect people even more if they have Scorpio and Mars in their chart? It sure does. Yes, it does, Baby Teeth. Okay, it sure does. But yeah, so the reason why I was incorporating the crazy relationship stuff is, yeah, because Mars is at the 29th degree of Libra, the sign of relationships. Mars is the planet of passion And also at times it could be kind of aggressive. It could be kind of violent on the negative side, but it's very passionate energy. And the sign moving into the sign of Scorpio, you know, just keeping it real about the negatives of Mars and Scorpio, it could be like people being really creepy, like creepers popping up. You know what I'm saying? Like stalkers, you know, people just, I don't know, just acting a little weird, like getting too passionate, overdoing it when it comes to Scorpionic things. And what does Scorpio rule? Well, of course, it rules a lot of things, a lot of important things in life. But most commonly known, yes, it does rule the genitalia, okay? The bang, the boogie, the bee. Yes, it rules that. So yeah, Mars going into that sign, it can bring out more of that side to people, more of that energy out in the air. You know what I mean? So what can we do? What are we going to do with this energy, guys? Hey, what's up, Eve? Eve is another ride or die of mine who's always in the chat. Let's see. Deja says, not really a crazy relationship, but for some reason she attracts February 21st, and it always ends really bad. February 21st, if I'm not mistaken, that's like the first couple of degrees of Pisces. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to look at your birth chart, Deja. I'll have to see if you have any planets or any points or any house cusps at around that degree of Pisces and see why. Why is that you attract the crazy? Or no, you said you don't attract the crazy, but you attract, hold on. What did you say, girl? Let me go back. Oh, and it always ends really bad. Yes, so you attract craziness with people born around the same date because of the degree of Pisces. We got to look in your chart. Where does it land? Does it land on something crazy? Do you have Lilith? I don't remember your chart by heart, but do you have like Lilith or Vertex or Eros or like anything around that degree of Pisces? Because that person, their sun is at that degree of Pisces, being born February 21st, and they may bring out something in you by touching something in your personal birth chart. So yes, girl, let me know if you have anything around that degree, if you know your chart. And Eve says, she's supposed to be doing homework right now, but who cares? Oh, you're sacrificing your homework for me. I would say, girl, go do your homework, because I'm a mother and I'll be like, shame, shame, shame. But I mean, if you want to chill here, let's chill. Let's talk. If you want to contribute, then yeah. So, all right. I will get to your horoscopes. Like I said, everybody, if you don't care to hear crazy stories, then I don't know, pop in, pop out, whatever you want to do. But let me know, guys. Let me know your sign. Of course, if you know your full natal chart, that's a bonus. That's a plus. To know where certain signs land in your chart, what's your Venus, what's your Mars, what's your Mercury, all that stuff. If you know that stuff and you know it of the other person, you know, let us know what the synastry, it's called synastry in astrology, matching up your planets versus another planets and see how the energy interacts with one another. So let me know if you know the synastry between you and another person, what kind of craziness went down, okay, and why. So what happened? Yeah, so we will have to look at Deja, you'll have to, okay, so Astro Pluto Queen, Scorpio rising, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Libra, Mars and Gemini in the 8th. Mars and Gemini in the 8th, girl, I know you've attracted some crazy. Because Gemini, the Tasmanian devils, okay, and in your 8th house, oh my gosh. And then for females, generally speaking, okay, or if you are feminine and you are attracted to masculine, no matter what your physical body is, okay, energetically in your chart and everything else, if you're feminine and you're attracted to masculine, you look at the Mars placement in your chart, okay? That tells the type of other masculine being or man that you are attracted to, and that you may attract to you a lot. So Astro Pluto Queen, she has Mars and Gemini. She's probably attracted the Gemini types. And in the 8th house, that's intense. That is like the equivalent to Mars in Scorpio. So you got a combination of that Scorpio and the Gemini. Oh, girl, that is low to the brain, insane, every day, all day. Yeah, it probably, oh, she said, right, crazy. Yes, yes. So yeah, I know it's a lot to like type and everything to be in the chat, but type it out, ladies and gents. Type it out to me, and let's share. What kind of craziness have you experienced? Deja says she has Mars in the 8th house too. Then what kind of crazy have you attracted? Because Mars in the 8th, that can attract men who are intense, okay, or masculine people. I'll just say men in general to generalize things, but just disclaimer here, she does not discriminate, okay, with your sexuality, your gender, your gender, like I'm Medea, your gender identity, your sexual preference, girls and guys, I don't discriminate. I recognize all, okay, but just generally in astrology, we say male, female, masculine, and feminine, okay? But anyhow, so with, let me see, who was that? Oh, Baby Teeth said, wait, hold on. No, somebody else. Dang it, I lost y'all. Okay, somebody said that they have Mars in the 8th house, and 2 people did. 2 ladies said they have Mars in the 8th house. That means the type of men that they attract are intense. They're intense men. They could be kind of Scorpionic in nature, which means they could be passionate, okay? That Scorpio energy is very passionate. Oh, sometimes it is beautifully passionate, like the type that just grabs you and is like, I really want you, and this is why, you know, and they look you in the eyes and they're like, you know, all of that good stuff, right? But sometimes Mars in the 8th or Mars in Scorpio could be a little too cray-cray, like a little too obsessed over you, or like, where are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? Who you with? Call your phone. Call your homegirl's phone, sitting there and breathing, okay? When we know it's you, all right, even though you blocked your number, ninjas are not stupid, okay? So yes, Mars in the 8th, you can attract those type of men. I wish one of my BFFs that does a lot of videos with me, she's in the dating stories of dating Cancer, dating Virgo. I know we need to get together and continue that series, or maybe I can get anyone that's local to me. Like if anybody local to me is watching and they want to join in with me live on a little Astro Girl Talk and talk about another sign, let me know, or do a live stream or something to continue it. But anyhow, so one of my BFFs, the one that's on a lot of my videos, she has Mars in the 8th house. And let me tell you guys, she dated this guy who was a Scorpio. Oh my gosh, he was a Scorpio. So Mars in the 8th, no matter what sign, if you are attracted to men, you have Mars in the 8th house. I don't care what sign that Mars is in. One person had Gemini, one person had something else, Pisces, I think. It doesn't matter. Those, you can attract Scorpio men, okay? So anyway, this girlfriend of mine, she used to date this Scorpio guy. He was the epitome of Scorpio crazy though. Like he, if he couldn't get a hold of her, he would call my phone. Sometimes he would block his number. Sometimes he wouldn't. Like I didn't know that was his ass, right? And he would actually call and sit there breathing on the phone. And I'm like, yo, I'm a Scorpio too, right? I'm a Scorpio rising. Like you can't play those games with me. I have played them before. I know that is you breathing your nasty breath in my ear, okay? So just stop. And I would tell him that too, and then he would hang up. And then I would call back because I know his number, and he'd be like, what? That wasn't me. I'm over here chilling with my sister. That wasn't me. I'm like, dude, like I don't know you. So yeah, he was a psycho, and I would have to drop her off somewhere else other than my house if she were out with me, because he would call, he couldn't get a hold of her. Then he would follow us, and I would drop her off around the corner, and I'd be like, girl, I'm sorry, but I am not about to have this man follow me and know where I live, so he'd be stalking my windows late at night like he does yours, okay? So anyhow, yes, this guy, he was nuts. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that's my friend who has Mars in the 8th. She attracted a guy or two like that. It's pretty crazy. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat really quick. So Deja said, I don't know what type of men I attract. None lately. Oh, I am so sorry. Aww. Let's see. Astro Pluto Queen says, I attract Geminis like crazy, and I always attract men who are mentally and psychologically intense, very passionate, talkative, etc. See, that's a good side of having Mars in that house, or having Mars in Scorpio, for an example, is attracting the ones that are so passionate. Like they're passionate about life. You know, whatever it is that they want, they go after it. And they get like blinders on. It's like they can't see nothing else. And when they want you, they can't see anybody else but you, you know? So yeah, it could be very beautiful. Gary says he's got Mars, Venus, Pluto in Scorpio, Moon and Rising in Gemini. Oh, Gary. Hey, what's up, Gary? I think you're in one of the astrology groups that I'm in. I think I recognize your name. But yes, if you're the same Gary, I think you also date men. And so if you have Mars in Scorpio, then you know what I'm talking about over here. Let's see. Blocked. Yes, girl. I did block him, and then he started calling me from his sister's phone to stalk my friend and breathe in my ear. Yes. Crazy. Maya says, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Pluto, and Scorpio. Girl. Mars and Moon in Sag. Mars in the first few degrees of the 6th house. Okay, so Maya, you have Mars in the 6th, so you probably attract okay, you have Mars in Sag. You probably attract men who have Sag qualities. They may be Sagittariuses themselves. And also 6th house is like Virgo, with Virgo being the 6th sign on the regular wheel. If you got planets in the 6th house, it's like Virgo. So you probably attract very youthful men if you date men, Maya. Ones that are like, they don't really grow up. They don't age very much. Peter Pan. Deja says she likes Scorpios, but they don't like her. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Yes. Uranus in the 8th. Oh, Gary has Uranus in the 8th and attracts the crazy. Uranus is a planet of crazy and sporadic and different and weird and freaks. Okay. So, wherever you have that planet is where that can play out in your life, based on where it is in your chart. So, Gary says he has it in the 8th house, so he can magnetically attract those who are a little different. They're a little quirky. They're a little strange. Yeah, he even said he attracts the crazy. Oh my gosh, yeah. So anyway, oh, what's up, Chula Chakras? Chula Chakras. Chula Chakras, follow her on Instagram. She's also an astrologer, and she is dope. Oh, one of my besties is texting me. I really wish I can talk to her, but she is working right now. Yeah, so let me know, you guys, if you have any crazy dating relationships before we get into Mars and Scorpio and what's it called? The horoscopes. So crazy relationship stories. Okay, so I also have Gemini on the 8th house. I don't have any planets there. For those fellow super astro nerds that know what a vertex is, I have the vertex point in Gemini in the 8th house. And the most intense relationships that I've had to where they were hard to let go of, I've dated guys who have their moon in Gemini conjunct my vertex. Like my husband does, and I love it. I love it though. And an ex that I have that was somebody that I always favored over many other people I dated in the past. His moon was in Gemini conjunct my vertex too. And our connection was dope. It was a dope connection. So if you have planets of someone else, okay, say if you know your natal chart, you know what the 8th house is, you know what sign is there, okay, that is the sign where you can really magnetically attract people. Okay, like it's like a love-hate. Like you can love that person, like, oh my, or you can be obsessed over them, and like it's like if you ever separate from that person, it's like, oh my god, I can't breathe, like the life is taken out of you, you know, if you guys ever break up or if you're not around them long enough. But then again, when they're around you a lot, it's like it's love-hate. So you could be like mad annoyed by some of their characteristics that are negative about that sign. Like, for example, yeah, like I said, I have Gemini on the 8th house cusp. I love Gemini energy for certain things, like witty. I always fall for dudes that are witty, they're fun, they're youthful. They know how to crack jokes. They know how to take a damn joke. Okay, because I'm all about that comedy, all about that sarcasm, that satire, that witty, you know, comebacks and, you know, all that stuff. Geminis are like really dope with that. You know, I love Gemini energy for that. Gemini men are fun and spontaneous. Like, come on, let's just go over here. And they're funny as hell. So I love that. But then, you know, there's some antics that Gemini men pull that I'm like, dude, I can't F with this. Like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot of stuff where it's like love hate. It's like they got me, right? But then they do this stupid shit. And I'm like, oh, it's like hard to let go of them. It's back and forth. So, yeah, Claire says she has the 8th house in Aries. So that means you can be super magnetically love and hate attracted to Aries. Claire, I don't want to assume, like I said, nowadays, you know, everybody identifies with different things. So Claire, I'm going to say you date men's. Okay, if you don't date the men's, let me know. But 8th house in Aries. That means if you date men, you are attracted to men who may work out. They take care of their bodies. They may be really like mad, like super macho. They have muscles. They're like kind of just those guys that smash beer cans on their head and go, rah, you know, like, yeah, fuck yeah, like those type of dudes. But then there could be some of those Aries caveman antics that really get on your nerves where you're like, you know what, I can't hang with this, because the negatives of Aries is those men can be kind of selfish. Like I dated an Aries before a long-term relationship, and like just an example of how selfish Aries men can be sometimes. Of course, depending upon the rest of their chart, for anybody who's like, I'm an Aries and I'm not blah, 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 blah. Okay, listen, this is general. And this man that I dated had several planets in Aries, so he's like uber Aries. We would go somewhere. I'd be like, oh, we're going to go to the mall together. We're going to the store together. We're going on a date. He would always be walking in front of me. Like he's on his own mission, just freaking mobbing. Like, and I'm back here walking slowly. I'm like, yo, I thought we were on a date. Like, I thought we were hanging out. What about holding hands and walking together? No. He was on his little mission. We would go shopping together, but it wasn't together, okay? Because it would be him walking and saying, I'm going to go over there and grab what I need. You go ahead. I'm like, dude, what the, like, you don't want to go in and like see me try things on, you know, let me know what you like as my man, you know. Nope, not that Aries. So there could be stuff like that to where oh yeah, she does date men. So there could be stuff like that to where Aries men may be a turnoff for you, but you could be so attracted to their masculinity, like to where they stand up for you, they fight for you. They will go all out over you, like hardcore if somebody tries to mess with you, or like if you need something fixed, you know, they'll be so manly, or they could be like a Mr. Fix-It type of dude. Maybe they may not always be the best Aries men, but they're like really masculine. So you could be attracted to that, but then there are other Aries antics that are just, man, you're like, man, this is some old bullshit. Like I can't with you guys. Oh, Astro Pluto Queen. I see you. Tiffany says her 8th house is in Cancer and her vertex is there too. So I do have some nerds in the house who know what a vertex point is. Vertex point, there's different definitions out there, but I find it to be a point that it's a calculated point. It's not like a planet floating around, like you can't see it or nothing, right? But it's a point in your chart that if somebody has planets that come in contact with it, it's like you really have this magnetic thing with them. That's the best way I could describe it. I'm just going to describe it in plain old, regular old English, because there's a lot of people that watch that they're beginners, and I don't want to boggle their minds with all this like scientific lingo and stuff. Yeah, it's a very strong point in your chart to where a really strong connection can happen. Let's see. Oh, Maya says she dated Aries, Gemini, Aquarius. Selfish, girl. So yeah, does anybody have any like crazy stories? And like I said, I know typing it out is probably like annoying for some people that don't like to type a lot, but let me know some craziness though. Let me know some craziness. And let me see. I have a lot of crazy stories, crazy dating horror stories. And listen, when I tell these, this is how other people's energy matches up with mine when it comes to dating and relationships, okay? In no way does it mean I hate these people, I can't stand them. If I give a reading to you and you're this sign, I'm just going to be like, like mean. No, it's nothing like that. This is personal interactions with people. And business interactions may be different, you know, and everything's different for everybody, okay? I just have to give that disclaimer. But most of my dating horror stories, unfortunately, are with Cancer men. And before anybody's like, oh my God, you hate Cancers, listen, I'm married to a Cancer man and he is dope. He still pulls some Cancer antics that make me like this, you know, a lot of times I'm like, Lord, help me now. But I take the bad with the good. You know, there's so much more good in him. He has the great qualities of Cancer that are like loving, nurturing, caring. It's like he picks up where I lack in a lot of areas in life. You know, he's got my back like nobody else in this world does. I trust him with everything. Almost completely. I am still a Scorpio. I still got, you know, one Uncle Ruckus eye on him about some shit. You best believe that. But for the most part, I trust him with my life. He's dope. Now that I got that out of the way, listen, I have had so many horror dating stories with Cancer men. Oh my gosh, you guys will trip out. I wanted to tell them on the dating Cancer men video that I did, but that was more of me like interviewing my homegirl and her sharing her personal stories, her personal opinions, just for comedic purposes. So yeah, let me see. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna have to be scrolling back a little bit to hear your stories. So let me tell you guys one story, then I'll read yours. So one time I was seeing this dude who was a Cancer. Like, why? I was like, why me in Cancers? Why does this always happen? I think it's because in my natal chart, the 5th house of dating, I have the moon there. The moon rules Cancer. So if I have this Cancer-y energy up in my 5th house of dating, I'm going to attract Cancer men when I'm single and dating, right? Then that's what happened. So one time I was seeing this dude. I met him. It's always, and any of them always ended up like this. Like I meet them, they're cool. They're not overly clingy right away. They're very sweet. They're romantic. They're goofy. They're funny. And they impress me. And they're like, they really pay attention to details when it comes to reading you, reading your body language, reading the tone of your voice. If you say you like something, they remember it. And then maybe next time you see them, they'll give you a little gift of whatever it is you say you like. You know, they really know how to woo you and be a sweetheart. So it was like, it started out like that when I met this guy. We met through mutual friends. We hung out. We just went to a little spot and chilled and talked, and that's it. Like the whole night. Like I love when I meet somebody and we can talk for hours and hours about deep topics and about everything. So that's what we did. I was like, he's cool. You know, we started seeing each other, but I had just gotten out of a relationship that was for like 5 years. It was a very long-term serious relationship. I did have a child from it. It was from ages 15 to 20. So I was like newly single as a 20-year-old. And I'm like, yo, I let him know right off the bat. I said, I like you. You're cool. I like hanging out with you. But I'm really not trying to have a serious relationship when I'm just getting a chance to come up for freaking air. You know what I'm saying? After 5 years, let me breathe. So he was like, yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. We would hang out, enjoy each other's company. And I would always tell him the same thing. Yo, listen, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I hope you're okay with that. But I really like spending time with you. Let's just see where things go. Take it slow. Yeah, girl, no, it's cool. He started calling me babe. And I'm like, red flag number 1. He started calling me babe. And I'm like, okay, like, I guess I love affectionate stuff, but like, dude, I barely know you. Why are you calling me babe? Oh no, it's just because I really like you. Okay, cool. Red flag number 2. I was reading a Vibe magazine, okay, and it had Nelly, the rapper Nelly, in it, and he was looking really good. And I was like, dang, Nelly looks good, whatever. He got so pissed off that I said Nelly looks good, and he snatched that magazine away, and he was like holding a grudge against me the whole night because I said a rapper looks good. I was like, dude, are you seriously upset over that? Like, when the hell am I gonna meet Nelly? Hopefully one day. But at that time, you know, when am I gonna meet Nelly? For real? For real. He got upset over that. Red flag number 2. Well, another one was, I came over and dude had a phone number planted on his table in his room. And I'm like, okay, look, I'm a Scorpio. I scan out the scene. I know what's going on. Like, I'm not dumb, right? It was strategically planted right there where I could see it. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, I don't give a shit about this phone number, whatever. So I just pretended like I never saw it. I never said anything about it, but he wanted me to get jealous. He wanted me to get jealous over this stupid phone number. So dumb. That was red flag number 3. The last straw, you guys, the last straw. Homeboy built a shrine to me in his room. I am not joking. Like, no, seriously. Well, first of all, I went on a trip to Mexico with some people. And of course, him being a Cancer, you didn't bring me back anything. I'm like, I wasn't thinking about you over there. I was with my friends. So sorry, I didn't. I was like, but I collected some seashells on the beach. So, I mean, you're welcome to have some of those. Oh, yeah, give me some. He had the seashells. I was like, here you go. Next time the dude came around in his ride, he said, look at my dashboard. On his dashboard, he had a picture of me and the motherfucking seashells. I was like, but I'm not your girl. Like, what is this? I should have cut him off right there, but I gave him a chance. Next time I saw him, this was a shrine in his room. The picture, the seashells, some other things, and some candles lit around it. I was like, oh my God. Like, no, never again. And guess what? I broke it off with him. He got so upset. He's like, you're a hoe. And I'm like, dude, I've told you every time we hung out, I'm not your girl. I'm not trying to be anybody's girl right now, but I enjoy hanging out with you. No, he wanted to attach his crab claws to me and build a freaking shrine. And it was creepy. It was creepy. Oh my God. It was so creepy. Anyway, so that's one of my dating horror stories with a clingy Cancer dude. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Yes. Girls, yes. Okay, Astro Pluto is the Queen says, once Jupiter was conjunct her natal Jupiter in Scorpio, she somehow had someone try and break in her house a few weeks ago. You think it's a stalker. See, Scorpio rising, if you have any other planets in Scorpio, like Venus, Mars, you know, rising in Scorpio, moon in Scorpio, any of that in Scorpio, I'm sorry, but you can attract obsessive people a little bit easier than others, okay? Or if you have energy in your 8th house, the 8th house of your chart, you can attract like creepy, obsessive people. Why us? It's like, why us, universe? Why you curse us like that? That's not fair. But yeah, I'm glad that you're safe, girl. Okay, so Dina says, yes, my ex-girlfriend has 5 planets in my 8th house. She was a schizo, off her meds, and she would stalk me around town after arguments. Girl, yeah, she sounds crazy. She sounds like a nutcase. Gary says he had this dude stalking him for almost 2 years, trying to get him to marry. Oh my gosh. Ooh, stalkers. Okay. Renee says, girl, I dated, in quotes, dated a Sag, and no, he broke my heart so many times. Oh, because Sag is your 8th house, and you love him, but you still hate him. But you love him, but you hate him at the same time. That's the 8th house. So ridiculous and heartbreaking, and you had your hopes up so high just for it to crash. See, those 8th house, man, I'm telling you, that 8th house stuff is like, it's so passionate. Like, you give your soul, you merge your soul with the person. And then if you separate, you feel like a part of you died. It's like, it's really sad. Oh my gosh. And it's hard to get over. Like, it's like love, hate, life or death. Like, you can feel like that person, you can't live without them. If there's unfinished business, if the relationship ends with little to no closure. But however, if it ends with some crazy closure where that person really did you wrong, there's a lot of times where if you have that 8th house connection, you can feel like, okay, well, that person's dead to me. Like, you can just totally cut them off and they are just gone. Like, they don't exist to you. You're like, who? What? I'm sorry. I've never heard of them. So, you know, yeah. Mellow Muse says, I have many planets in Pisces and you have a love-hate with Virgos. They show up everywhere. Yeah. With you being a Pisces and Virgo being your opposite sign, opposites attract. Okay. So Claire says, she was with a Cancer and left for an Aries. The Cancer would not let you go, went looking for you one night. You were at the park with the Aries sitting in his car and Cancer pulls up with a friend wanting to fight. That's because they had their clingy crab claws still on you, girl. And they were like trying to fight for what is theirs. Wow. Yes. Cancers are crazy when it comes to love. Yes, they are, Deja. That's something that it can be very beautiful about Cancer. But at the same time, if you don't want to be with them, like, it is hard for them to let go. Cancer is a sign that holds on to the past very dearly. They hold on to memories and to feelings. And what makes them comfortable and the people that makes them comfortable. And if they really cared for you and nurtured you, yeah, they're emotional. It is hard. It's so hard for them to let people go. I feel bad for them. You know, all of us water signs can be that way. We all can. Like, I'm not just gonna, you know, rag on the cancers and stuff, but yes, cancers are one of the main energies because they got the claws that can be like that sometimes. It's hard for them to let go. So let me see what else you guys are saying. Ethereal synchronicity 444. I love your name. I ain't never built no shrine for no chick. Not happening. Good. Don't ever do it because that shit is creepy. I wasn't digging it at all. Okay. I don't care how much I like somebody. I really like this dude. He was good looking. He had a lot of good things going on, but that shrine was no. All right. So what else? Let's see. Hey, what's up, Rabina? Oh my gosh, I have some of my Cosmic Council family up in the building. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining in. Cosmic Council, if you haven't, we're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but our podcasts are like so dope. Go check us out on Blog Talk Radio, The Cosmic Council. We have a lot of astrology stuff. Astrology podcasts, and we have ones about dating too. We have a lot of different ones, so go check us out. Like Wendy to Charlemagne. Who's like Wendy to Charlemagne? I know exactly who you're talking about. Cut them off. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Okay, so Space Cadet Girl says Mars and Scorpio, and you love Daddy Taurus Mars. Okay, I'm not going to repeat all that you said, girl, because I'm not trying to have YouTube cutting my coins, but we see the little eggplant emojis. Yes, Mars, if you have Mars in Scorpio, you can be attracted to the opposite, which is Mars in Taurus. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're working Gemini Brown. What's up? Okay, so yeah, anybody have any other crazy dating stories to share? Feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm going to get to this Mars and Scorpio transit and the horoscopes. And then, you know, towards the end, like I will tell a little more stories and also tell some of yours. So yeah, let me take a little sip of water. Well, this is coconut water, chocolate flavored. It's one of my favorites. This stuff is so bomb. All right, so Mars and Scorpio. Mars is entering Scorpio December 9th, 2017 up until January 26th, 2018. So I already have a video on this transit on my channel that I recorded in 2016. So it is a little dated, yeah, because I do give exact dates, but pretty much like similar things could be happening. But I just wanted to do a live though. I want to start doing more live streams on here and talking to you guys and seeing what you guys have to say, being interactive. So Mars in Scorpio. So first of all, what does Mars represent for anybody who's tuning in, who's like a beginner to anything, to astrology? Mars is the planet that rules our action. It rules like where we apply ourselves physically and actively, and where our drive, like your drive to do things, you know, like to get things done. It also can show if you are a, like I said, if you're a feminine person and you're attracted to masculine, it can show that for you. If you're a masculine person, it shows how you exude and exert your masculinity. Mars, it can also rule how angry we get. If we're quick to anger, slow to anger, how we handle that anger, how it manifests in our life. Yeah, and how passionately we go after who and what we want. Mars can also show the bang bang boogie. You know, it can show the bang bang boogie, how you like to do the get down on the get down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. It can show the style, the technique, and all that stuff. Maybe we'll really talk about that another time, but yes, it can show that. So Mars, that's what Mars rules. Scorpio, what does Scorpio rule? Besides all the jokes we crack about Scorpio being creepy, stalkerish, obsessive, and all that stuff, Scorpio does rule some good things. Like I said, it's passion. It's like, it could be obsessive, but over good things, you know, like Scorpio energy, when it really wants something, it's like it blocks everyone and everything else out until it gets it. That means even goals that you want to achieve. Scorpios can be people that can climb to the top if they really want to. But most of the time, Scorpio energy wants to be behind the scenes, not really like exposed to the public, you know. Scorpio, yes, it can rule being under the radar, okay, operating under the radar. Scorpio does rule the genitalia. It does rule the acts performed by the genitalia. Scorpio, yeah, it rules also like money that is borrowed and owed. It rules taxes. What else? Yeah, so Scorpio rules all that stuff. It's getting hot up in this house, hot and hurrah. Yeah, so the last time Mars was in Scorpio, it was January 2016, and then it went into Sag, and then it retrograded back into Scorpio, and then it finally left Scorpio August of 2016. I mentioned this in a couple other videos, but I'll mention it here since we are focusing on this, that one of the unfortunate things that can happen sometimes when Mars is in Scorpio is like mass killings or people getting too passionate, too aggressive, too obsessive, and doing things that are like seedy and shady. You know what I'm saying? They plot things. They're vengeful. Scorpio can rule revenge. There's an old song called Scorpio's Revenge. I think it's Africa Bambaataa. I should know. I mean, that was my stuff. Like the 80s and all the breaking and popping and all that stuff. Yeah, Africa Bambaataa, Scorpio's Revenge. But that's because Scorpio does rule being kind of vengeful and just kind of plotting things and being silent and quiet about it. Like, okay, no, it's cool. No, I see how you are. It's all right. And you're quiet, you plot, you plan, you hide in the bushes, then bam, you jump out on some ninja shit, right? So so what happened the last time Mars was in Scorpio, one of the biggest things that we know about like worldwide was the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. Oh my goodness. It was so devastating. It was so heartbreaking, right? But see, the guy that was the killer, that dude, he had issues with his own sexuality, and that's what Mars rules. I did his chart. He has Mars in Aquarius. And Aquarius is one of those signs that can be very androgynous or neutral, or they can be more common to have homosexuality tendencies and desires. But see, he was from a very strict culture that probably didn't really permit or take a liking to people that were of, you know, outside of just being straight. Okay. So because of that, he was attracted to men, but he had a frustration with it, with himself, sexual frustration. So when Mars hit Scorpio, and Mars in Scorpio squares his Mars in Aquarius, so what did he do? Square off, you know what I mean? He squared off with the police. He did a massacre, you know, based on his sexuality. So it was really bad. So again, I'm not saying like, oh my God, there's gonna be no, there could be, we could see something like that. Remember that time Mars went retrograde back and forth, so that was a little more complicated of a transit. This is just Mars in a sign for like a month and a half, and then it's done, right? But still, you know, just watch yourselves. I'm not saying for everybody to be, oh my God, so paranoid and, you know, but still, it brings out creepers though. It can bring them a little bit more out of the woodworks. You know, the stalkers, the creepers, they want to hide in the bushes. They want to leave notes for you. They want to, you know, knock on your door and stuff like that. Like Astro Pluto Queen said. So just be careful. Try not to do a lot of like those things yourselves, you know, like be too obsessive, too obsessive and weird and creepy and like, I don't know. It's just try not to be like that. I am and I am not looking forward to Mars in Scorpio. As a Scorpio myself, I attract creepers already, and I'm like, dude, like I don't need any more. Please don't send me no more bug-eyed pictures saying, hey. Like I've told some of you guys that story before. I don't need any of those, so please leave me alone, okay? But yeah, some of those can come more out of the woodwork. Some people like that are, you know, they have those tendencies. So Miss Mel's says, A shrine. Wow. Yes, girl, a shrine. I don't know the rest of that dude's chart. I don't remember his birthday. I just remember he was a Cancer. Okay, but yeah, he was crazy. What's up, Victoria? Thanks for joining in. So yeah, Mars is moving into Scorpio. So we as a collective, how are we gonna feel? Like I said, stay away from the creeper stuff, but being passionate is dope. It's a good way to utilize that energy. Passion, passion towards anything in life, towards your relationships, towards your hobbies, your career, what makes your heart really like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, like really like, you know what I'm saying? What gives you that feeling? Passion, yes, more passion in life. And also, one of my homegirls, I don't know if she's still here. What's her name? What's your name, girl? Dang it, I forgot. How could I forget? Because I'm doing too many things at once. My homegirl Nubia Styles. Okay, so Nubia, she was on a little live chat earlier, and she was talking about how Mars and Scorpio, with it ruling sexuality and stuff, maybe people have to be a little bit more careful, or maybe they will start feeling the vibe on their own to be a little more careful with who they give themselves away to. Because like I said, listen, like Scorpio energy is about merging bodies, souls with another person. Okay. So Mars and Scorpio can show you that the act of joining bodies with another person, it's also joining souls. It's not as surface level as you want to think it is. It's not. It really isn't. And take it from a Scorpio, take it from other water signs. Like, it's energy exchange between you and another person. And if their energy is whack, they're carrying that in their body, in their aura, and then you join bodies with them, guess what you're going to pick up on? I have known some people that they just casually just do with whoever, get their bang, bang boogie on because they think it's fun and they just want a piece of a body part. But guess what? It's more than that. And then they wonder, how come my life is whack? How come I keep having this happening? How come I can't find any good men or any good women? Well, maybe because now you got all of this negative like stuff like all up in your aura, up in your energy field now that you've collected and collected and collected with every single bodily exchange. You've collected energy too. So now you're carrying that. And also you're exuding that. So then you're attracting more of that to you, and you're repelling away some of the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? The people that are a little bit more pure. And by pure, I don't mean, oh, they're a virgin and they don't. No, I mean like their intentions are more pure, like with what they want to do to join with another person. So excuse me. Mars and Scorpio, and mind you guys, this isn't like, oh, it's some new phenomenon, Mars being in Scorpio. Mars goes through each sign every 2 to 2.5 years. So it's like, think back 2 years ago, 2 years before that, 2 years before that. It's a repeated cycle. So if you remember, January through August of 2016, if there was anything significant that happened in your life that was Scorpio related, Mars related, or wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart, if you know what area of life that rules, what was going on, what was affected, so this could be a repeat of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Mars and Scorpio could be some lessons, for people that when it comes to exchanging your body, your soul, your energy with another. Scorpio also on a negative side, it rules that the genitalia, so issues with the genitalia. Mars is inflammation on a negative side, so inflammation of that area, you better watch yourselves. Okay, that's all I have to say. Because there could be more possibility of like flare-ups with people, especially if you are a Scorpio or if you're a Gemini. And before Geminis get mad, oh, you're hating on Gemini. No, Gemini has Scorpio in their 6th house of health. So they're more prone to stuff like that. So you can have more inflammation there. Okay. So yeah, maybe some lessons with that, with a collection of energy, an exchange of energy based on the physical with another person. But it can be good. Like you can finally find somebody and find that interaction, that attraction that's passionate and that's deep and that's meaningful, and really exchange energy with the person in that way. And it can be really dope, So we will all feel this as a collective, in one area of life or the other. It's some degree, then different degrees of it. But that is pretty much what Mars and Scorpio is about. So let's hope that we don't see like some, you know, some crazy, some psycho killer Norman Bates. We don't need any of that. Okay. Yeah, let's hope we don't see that. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Then I'll get to the horoscopes really quick here. Oh, Deja says she looked at that vertex. Hers is in Scorpio. Does it work the same when planets aspect it? You know what? I have only really looked at conjunctions to the vertex point, Deja, to see really strong attractions. I've really only paid attention to that myself, to be honest. It could affect if there's like an opposition or any other aspect to your vertex point. But the conjunction, yo, I've seen it over and over again. And it really means something. It's like a strong thing. So yeah, let's get into the horoscopes for every sign. Just general horoscopes. How is Mars in Scorpio going to affect our body? Eve is saying, naughty girl, Eve, naughty, naughty. Oh my gosh, girl. This chat is lit up, you guys. It is. So if you've never joined my live broadcast, you got to join in to see what some of these people are saying, because there's some of it I'm not going to repeat, okay? But anyway, so let's get to the signs. So Mars in Scorpio, December 9th through January 26th. How is it going to affect you guys? How's it going to affect my Aries people? Aries, let's start out with you guys. So Aries, Mars in Scorpio is in your 8th house. So all the stuff that I described about passion, about intensity, intensity with partners. Oh, Mars and Scorpio, I forgot to mention, you guys. For you guys, Aries, and for everybody as a collective, that could be debtors coming after you. If you owe people money, you owe the credit cards, the loans, the student loans. If you owe Big Perm some money, listen, they are going to come after you, okay? Like, it's collections. I'm a Scorpio and I've worked in collections several times. I hated it because I don't like to bother people. But at the same time, when I work and I get into that mode, I'm like, I am like Big Perm for that company. You know, it's collecting what's owed, like, hello. So anyway, that's what Mars and Scorpio could be more going after money that's owed to you. Okay. Be careful if you owe money to like the government or to taxes. Oh my gosh, it could be a lot more intense with them coming after to collect that stuff too. So yeah, collecting what's owed to you. Yes. Bitch, better have my money. Yes, Deja, you know what's up. All right, I'm sorry. Let me start over again. I always do that. I'm like, let's start with Aries, and then I start giving their horoscope, and then I'm like, oh wait, hold on, guys. Poor Aries. But Aries, you guys are very quick moving. You get it. You understand. But let me start over. Okay, Mercury retrograde, my bad. So Aries people, Mars and Scorpio, this is happening in your 8th house. So this is you guys possibly going after money that people owe you. You guys may be tackling money that you owe others, debts, loans, all that stuff. This is Aries people, yeah, feeling more intensely like driven towards intimacy. The 8th house, it's intimacy. So if you guys are lacking intimacy, Aries, whether you're single, you're married, you're whatever, you are going to feel like, you're really going to feel it when Mars is in Scorpio. Okay, so you're going to be going after. So if you guys get bored, Aries loves a challenge. So if your partner isn't giving you enough of a challenge, you're going to be telling them what's up, like big time, like, yo, we're missing that spark. You know what I'm saying? We're missing that intense passion between us. So more than likely, Aries, knowing them, they're just going to start grabbing what they want. Yeah, they're going to just start grabbing what they want. So, yeah, it's that. But also the 8th house, it can be traumatic experiences. So you may like relive some of those things, to be honest, Aries. That's a possibility too, reliving some traumatic experiences and getting upset over them, to be honest. So it could be a Mars in the 8th transit. It could be a time to really get down to the bottom of those things and finally heal from them. The 8th house energy could be very healing too. Very healing. It's a shaman type of healing energy, you know, bring things out to like heal them and release them. You know what I'm saying? So you guys may want to look into some rituals to release trauma, to release pain, release that stuff that's been suppressed, especially if it revolves around sexuality or anything. You know what I'm saying? So Aries people, That's Mars and Scorpio for you. I hope you guys get the bang bang boogie that you want. Okay, but whatever it is that you want, you're gonna be so fiercely passionate about it, like even more than your usual Aries self. So use it for good. Don't be a creeper. All right, next up is Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How's Mars and Scorpio transit going to affect you guys? Well, this is in your 7th house of relationships and other people. So Tauruses, yeah, whatever you guys want from others, you're going to be going after it too, okay? You're going to be going after, if you are, like, usually Tauruses are very, like, calm and, like, straight face. You know, you can't really read Tauruses very well. And they are slow to go after what they want. You know what I'm saying? And even if a Taurus is very passionate about something, you can't tell. Usually you can't tell. But when Mars goes into your 7th house, you're going to be able to tell, though. If Tauruses, they want somebody, they're going to be like stepping out of their comfort zone, going after, if they want to date somebody. This is the 7th house of dating. This is the house of others in general, dealings with others. So Taurus, even if you're very chill, you're relaxed, you're cool, you're calm, like your usual self, other people are going to test your patience. They're going to test you. They're going to challenge you. And that bull in the china shop can come out. It can, if people push the wrong button, okay? So Tauruses, really try to keep your cool. Really try your hardest to do that. But yeah, it can also cause quarrels within relationships too. Or it can just implement more passion into your relationships. Ooh-wee. I'm a Taurus, so I'm like crossing my, what time does Mars go into Scorpio? Midnight? Okay, I'm going to remember that. You know what I'm going to try to do at midnight. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding, kind of. So yeah, Taurus is passion in your relationships. Go get it. Go get it. Tauruses, you guys may attract people who are actually coming after you a lot more. Even if you're just chilling, you're like, you know, I'm not trying to be with nobody. I'm trying to be single, free. I'm just going to do me. Mars in your 7th house, that's going to be people like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Like your phone is going to light up. Okay. When it comes to attracting other people to you. But yeah, just try to stay away from like the quarrels with others. Sometimes it's hard to even avoid it when Mars is in your opposite sign or in your sign or whatever. But yeah. So that's, oh, I hear you. Yes. Okay. So anyway, now on to Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? Well, this is going to be in your 6th house. This is work. You better work. Gemini, this is you guys actually putting in more work. If you have a job, working that overtime, being there for your company to make sure that everything gets done and completed, because the 6th house is the house of tying up, like not wanting to leave things unfinished. And Geminis, I love you guys, but just being honest about your energy, Geminis are notorious for starting things, all these different things and never finishing them, having all these different things going on at once, you know. But when Mars is in your 6th house, especially being tunnel vision Scorpio, you guys may have more power, more energy towards like getting things done, getting down to the bottom of them and getting them finished and completed for once in your life. Just kidding. No, but seriously, you guys are going to be able to complete things when it comes to your work. Now, if you are a Gemini and you work in like customer service or like client-based type of business, your clients are going to get a little feisty. Okay, the customers may try you and test your patience. They may do that. I always have to get, like, whenever I see Mars is going to go into somebody's 6th house, even if they didn't ask me for it and I know them, I'm going to let them know and warn them like, yo, look it. People at work may start tripping on you, like your bosses, your coworkers, customers, because let me tell you guys something, Gemini. One of the last times that Mars was in my 6th house via transit, I was working at a job and I had these customers that make stupid BBB, Better Business Bureau complaints. And because I was the last person that they talked to, I got written up. And this happened not once, but twice. And usually that never, ever happened at that job. Ever. Never happened. But nope, sure enough, Mars in my 6th house, customers are complaining about some dumb stuff. And I'm like, and then like my bosses are looking at me boggled, like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? She's horrible. really, I didn't curse anybody out. I didn't yell. I was calm. But because I was the last person they spoke to, they named me as someone they spoke to in their BBB complaint, along with other people. I got written up. It was stupid, the dumbest thing. Dumb. So Geminis, just really try to be on your toes, on your best behavior at work. Do your absolute best, okay? To make sure everybody stays off your ass, man. Like, really, you guys don't need to be bothered by any of that. But anyway, Mars and Scorpio for Gemini being in your 6th house. This is also health. So some of you guys can really be going after like your goals with fitness and stuff. But like I mentioned earlier, you know, Mars, it can cause inflammation and in the area of the body that Scorpio rules, which is the, you know, but also the 6th house rules the intestinal area. So be mindful of what you consume, what you eat, because you can easily be more agitated or get like food poisoning or stuff like that. So just be very careful with your diet and your health, but definitely you'll have a lot more energy to like go after your goals with those things, with your diet and all of that. All right, so next up is Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How's Mars and Scorpio going to affect you guys? Well, this is in your 5th house. So Cancers, you guys are another sign where your phone is going to be lit up. Okay, it's going to be popping. You're going to have a lot of dating prospects hitting you up. Okay, I really hope so. I have a friend who's a Cancer, and she's always like, oh, I don't really have anybody worthwhile hitting me up. You know, like, when am I going to be dating somebody? And this could be the time, Cancer. Now, it's not guaranteeing a relationship that you can like really cling on to somebody and it's going to stick. Not necessarily, not with the 5th house. It's more like fun, casual. Let's go out. Let's get to know each other. Let's just have like a really bomb time, you know? So that's the 5th house. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Whether you're dating, whether you are single, if you're single, Cancer, just get out with people in general. It doesn't have to be dating, just people. Get out and have fun. Have fun with your kids. You know what, Cancers? I know a lot of Cancers, and most of them do not whoop their kids. They don't spank their kids. They don't believe in that. They're like, oh, they're my precious babies. You know, I would never hit them. But you guys may be bringing out some belts or whatever. Like, don't try to come after me and say, oh my God, she promotes child abuse. And no, listen. Everybody's different with their discipline, but whatever you do to discipline your kids, you're going to have to step that up when Mars is in your 5th house, because your kids are going to be like, oh, so what's up? You know, they might start talking back or giving you that little scowl on their face, you know. So you may have to step up the discipline, however you discipline your kids, Cancer, when Mars moves into your 5th house of children's, okay? So yeah, but it can be fun. It can be passionate fun. Just be careful to not attract stalkery daters though. Okay, like stalkery, like people that you date who are, yeah, like trying to tell you that they found you on Google Maps and shit like that. Like, no. Okay, try to watch out for those Cancers. So next up is Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? This is in your 4th house, home and family. Leo, I know you guys live for drama. Family drama may be on the horizon. That's the bad part about it. Let's get that out of the way, okay? So Leos may experience some family drama. Try not to be the one that starts it though, Leo. All right? Try not to be the one that starts it. Try to stay out of it. Try to just be chill and calm if you can, because Mars rules quarrels and conflicts, and the 4th house is your family life. So yeah, there could be some tension in the house, you know, like maybe I always find that when Mars is in somebody's 4th house transiting, they always have a particular family member that's like gets on their nerves so bad, and they just pick at them. You know, they're like, oh my God, my cousin, like they're just really pissing me off these days. And like, they can't get over it. They like keep going and going and going after them. Like, so like, oh, I can't stand them, you know? So there could be a family member that gets on your nerves like that for Leo people. But the good thing is it doesn't always have to be drama. It doesn't have to be fighting or nothing like that. It could be some of you guys are moving. Some of you guys may be putting energy into your home, like renovating your home, getting it nice and beautified and cleaned up. You know, you may have to do something to where you have to step up and take charge in your family. Because Mars's energy could be like a soldier. It could be like taking charge. So some of you guys may have to do that. Be like, okay, look, family, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're not going to do. Do you see the invisible crown up here? Yeah, I know you see it. Okay, so listen to me. All right. So you guys may be like that towards your family. Hopefully no family members pick at you guys. Just try to be chill. Try to stay drama free. That's all I can say. So next up is Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is the house Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? This is in your third house. So Virgos, oh my gosh, Virgos already get nervy and kind of spazzy and stuff. So Mars in your third is going to bring more of that out of you. I'm sorry, Virgos. I have to tell you the truth. You guys are going to be like feeling super busy, like, oh my God, all over the place, a little more scattered though. Virgo people, Mars in your third, you're going to be super busy. You're going to have lots of errands to run. People may ask a lot of things of you and you'll feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't even had a chance to like sit down, to breathe, to get a drink of water, nothing. People won't leave me alone, you know? Or if it's not other people doing that, it could be, oh, peace out, Eve. See you next time, girlfriend. Thank you. It could be that you yourself just feel like that, Virgo, like you have so much to do and you're just all over the place, you know? Yeah. Oh my gosh, really? You guys are still talking about that. Anyway, so yeah, Virgo, very busy time for you guys. Running errands. You can more easily get annoyed and agitated and into disagreements with people that you see on a day-to-day basis. That could mean your coworkers. That could mean the people that you see at Starbucks, at the store, at the bank, like, you know, get into it with the bank teller or something like, hey, you didn't handle my coins right. Like you miscalculated my money. I'm a Virgo. I count everything precisely. You missed some. So, yeah, what's up? You know, it can be easy to get agitated with those people around the way. Or your cousins or your siblings, you know, just try to stay away from quarrels with those people. But yeah, busy time for Virgo. So it's a good time to be active towards things like writing and publishing and stuff like that. Virgos are usually really good with that. Yeah, starting projects, but make sure you actually like complete them and before you move on to the next thing, because you will have the tendency to be Gemini. I was about to say Gemini. Tasmanian devil, but like a Gemini, because the third house is similar to Gemini energy. So you're going to be kind of like Gemini-ish, Virgo, for a while. I know you guys roll your eyes at them, but hey, you know what? You're going to see what it feels like to be one of them for a little while. So that's for Virgo. Excuse me. All right, so next up is Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How's Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? So this is your second house of earned income, of money, of your material things. So Libras can feel a little bit more like spending money, but also like going after that money. So some of you guys may be getting, having another source of income, like, okay, you know what? I have to work a second job, or you know what? I'm really good at this creative thing or that thing, whatever. I have these hobbies. You know what? I think I can turn some of these into money-making ventures, especially with this time of year being the holiday season in the US. People are so like, consumerism is at an all-time high to where, sorry, we're like so encouraged to spend. Sorry. Excuse me. We're so tempted to spend money. So some of you Libras can really start feeling like giving in on the consumerism though, like just buying stuff and accumulating it. And because of that, maybe you will have to get a secondary source of income so that you guys can accumulate the stuff that you want. But yeah, it can also be like if you haven't gotten a raise at your job, you may become a little more demanding about that. Like, what's up? Where's my money at? Like, what's up? You know, a little more demanding of that, of your money. What else? Oh, you guys are another sign, Libra, that could be putting in more overtime. I've seen Mars in the second manifest that way. More overtime at the job, getting that money coming in, you know. So yeah, it's really about either going after money, more money for Libra, or spending more money, because Mars could be a little on the reckless side. And if it's in the house of money and you're a Libra on a budget, you may want to stay away from those cards. Stay out of the stores, Libra. All right, so next up is Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs. How is the Mars and Scorpio transit affecting you guys? Well, this is in your sign. So Mars and Scorpio for Scorpio. So this could be you guys having I dropped my phone. Sorry. This could be you guys having a boost of physical energy, of passionate drive to go after things, a little more than a little more than usual. This could be Scorpios. You guys on a negative side can become more obsessive and compulsive, more obsessive and possessive. Like if you guys are in a relationship, you could be a little bit more like, you know, no, this is mine, he's mine, she's mine, like, and feeling like, no, I will kill, like I will bust out with the knives over this person, okay? So more of that side may come out of some Scorpios, a little bit more intense of people than usual. So try to keep that under control. But you will have a boost of physical energy to do a lot of things. Oh my gosh, like Mars has been trailing behind in Libra, trailing behind in our 12th house, Scorpio, making us have up and down energy levels, and we are tired of it, right? We want to be hyped. We want to be able to have energy to get out and do stuff and accomplish things. So the good news is we will have that, Scorpio. The not so great side of Mars and Scorpio, for Scorpio people, is you may feel easily agitated by others, and they can feel easily agitated by you. Some people may be like wanting to throw them blows. You know what I'm saying? Throw them bows or whatever. Yeah, throw them bows. That's what Ludacris said. Yeah, throw them bows or throw them things, okay? Or like some of my homies say, throw chingazos, okay? Like you'll be wanting to swing at people like for any little thing. Or you could be very chill, Scorpio, and other people may act like that towards you for like no reason. Or your tone of voice, the way that you speak to people, even if you're not intending it to be more like harsh and stuff, you can come off that way unintentionally, and people will feel that from you, you know, like, yo, what's up? Like, what are you know, you could just be like, somebody could say, hey, where are you going, Scorpio? You're like, yeah, I'm going to the store. And then be like, yo, why are you talking to me like that? What? I just said I'm going to the store. Why you got an attitude, Scorpio? Like, oh my God, really? Really? Are we doing this right now? This is stupid. So you can have little quarrels like that come up from people, even if you're like just not even intending to be. So yeah, just try your hardest to be cool, Scorpio. Try not to let people get to you. Try not to be agitated by others and like show it too much to where it like causes unnecessary drama, okay? But yeah, get out there, work out, like be active, get things done, like enjoy that energy. Just get up early in the morning and be like, okay, I'm ready for the day. Like, what can I do? You know, and use that Scorpio passion to just get things accomplished. So it could be really good for that. Oh my God, sorry to like get a little sinusy here. Anyway, so good luck, Scorpios. I'm right there with you. Let's hope that people are not a-holes to me on social media. Oh my gosh, I don't need it. Okay, so please just spare me the stupid comments. All right, so next up is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? This is in your 12th house. So, you know, for Sagittarians, this is more like that Mars energy is not going to be so apparent. It's in an area of your chart that's more hidden, that's more low-key, under the radar. Scorpio's under the radar. The 12th house is being under the radar. So you're just going to be low-key pretty much. Wanting to perform action that's like, you know, in private. That, okay, let me tell you guys the truth about something here. Okay, get mad if you want to, but I speak the truth. I have seen Mars and other planets, but we're focusing on Mars here. Mars transiting the 12th house is a notorious creep-in transit. I'm not BSing you guys. It's a creep-in transit because, like I said, it's operating under the radar, doing things in private. The 12th house is the house of the forbidden, like what's unattainable to you. People that are like at a distance and you're just fantasizing about them. You don't know if you could really honestly be with them or really be in touch with them. It's like, oh, I wish I could be with so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Or people who are unavailable. That's also the 12th house. So I have seen, and I know people that have planets in their 12th house natally, and they are really big on like creeping. Like it's a normal thing for them. They get curious about people who are unattainable, somebody who's in jail, somebody who's married, somebody who lives far away. And they're like, you know what? I want to try to be sly and like be low key and under the radar, and you know what I'm saying, have a little down low thing with them. Sag, just don't do it. Okay, just don't, please. Just spare people the drama, spare yourself the drama. But it's not just about creeping, Sagittarians. Don't get mad, okay? Don't get mad. But no, it's about doing, okay, what's really good for a Mars in the 12th house transit to manifest the energy the best way, Sagittarius, is yeah, to go somewhere a little far away if you can. Saggies are all about escapism too, getting away, having the freedom to just separate yourself from other people, especially if there's negative things going on around you. Sag energy likes to be happy. Like they say, oh, I don't like negative Nancy's. You know what I'm saying? Like Sagittarius are the ones that are like that a lot. So you guys can escape away, go on a little vacation if you can, and just kind of be zen and like one with nature and one with the ocean and stuff like that. So it's a good time to do that. It's a good time to tap into stuff like martial arts or any type of action paired with like, oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little sinusy, but stuff like Reiki and martial arts and yoga. Yoga is good for Mars in the 12th. Gathering yourself, you know, to prepare for when Mars goes into Sag, which is January, February. Then you will have like had time to kind of chill, relax, gather yourself, Sagittarius, and then boom, have like a boost of energy to like just snap and just do things, right? But before that, you got to chill. You got to get some things out, get some things addressed. Excuse me. Yeah. And maybe just like escape for a little bit. Okay. That's the best way I could say to use Mars in the 12th. It can be a little reckless with the spending too. Saggies, you guys already know about that. Natally, okay, like already by birth, you guys know about reckless spending. So you guys can be more tempted to do that. If you can afford to, spend away, boo-boo. But if you can't, hide those cards, okay? Hide the cash, hide your cards, hide your wife, hide your kids, all that. So next up is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? Well, this is in your 11th house. So this is groups and this is friends. So Cappies, you guys may be wanting to do more active stuff within groups of friends. I have a Cappy rising close to me. And whenever Mars goes in their 11th house, they want to do things like go shooting and go hunting and like all this like, you know, masculine Mars type of stuff, activities with their friends. Stuff that's kind of competitive too. You could be competitive within your circles of peoples too. Now, the competition that comes with Mars and being in the 11th house, sometimes it can be heated competitions, you know, just being honest. So just really watch yourselves with that, Capricorn. Capricorns really like to maintain a really good image, especially public image. They like to maintain a lot of like dignity and respect and all that stuff. So don't get into quarrels with people, Cappy. Don't do nothing that's going to damage your image. Don't get into it with people on the internet. I always see that with Mars in the 11th. Even if you're trying to be nice and you're just stating your opinion about something, when you have Mars transit your 11th house, somebody will get offended and just say something stupid, and then they'll try to fight with you. I always see it all the time. So if that does happen, Cappy, if you are approached by somebody with that attitude, you know what I'm saying? Just remember that this too shall pass. It's only temporary. If it's going to result in like drama that's going to tarnish your image, just don't do it. Don't do it. Just let them be stupid, okay? And like, you don't have to participate. You're better than that. You know, you're professional Capricorn. So, but yeah, so it could be about action within groups of people, easily like agitated by people too at the same time. So just keep that at a minimum if you can to keep the peace. All right, so next up is Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? Well, this is in your 10th house. So this is career. This is being a boss. This is being a CEO. This is business, all that stuff. So Aquarians, you guys can be putting more energy into that, more energy into accomplishing your goals to achieve like a really high status socially, publicly, with career. Lots of more energy into your career. And it's really dope because Jupiter is also in Scorpio. Jupiter is going to be there for longer than Mars. Jupiter will be there till like November of 2018, I believe. So Mars is going to help to put into action and initiate things that when Jupiter goes into Scorpio, Jupiter being into Scorpio, it's going to bring like more of whatever you're starting, like you're putting to work, you know, with Mars. Or it could be with Mars being in Scorpio, you're putting like the Jupiter stuff. Because see, Jupiter is a planet that's like made of like gases and hot air and stuff. So it can promise more than it can deliver sometimes. So even Jupiter being in the 10th house of career right now, it's good. It's dope. Like there could be opportunities presented to you, but they're not always going to be something solid. You know, it could just be people having all talk. Like, yeah, Aquarius, they're promising you the world. Like, we're going to make you famous. And you're like, okay, cool. But then whatever deal it is doesn't have a lot of substance to it. So anyhow, Mars being in your sign, it can bring, like, you will just be wanting to go after whatever it is that you want to do within career and all that stuff. That Jupiter could be promising. Now you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get it. You know. Also, the 10th house is being authority, and it is authority, other people in authority. So you may, Aquarius, become a little Tupac-ish. You know what I'm saying? Tupac has Mars in Aquarius, and be like, "F you," you know. I don't give a. That's my favorite Tupac song. That's my all-time favorite Tupac song is I Don't Give a, you know, from one of his early albums. But you could be like that towards like authority and police and stuff a little bit more. So just try not to get caught up in that though, Aquarius, to where you get into some trouble because you think you're above the law, okay? Because a lot of times you're not. Reality, okay? But yeah, it can cause quarrels with people that are in positions of power. But you know what? Sometimes those people need to be challenged, and Aquarians will do just that. Will challenge those people if they're not treating others fairly, if what they put out there for everyone isn't making sense or whatever. So you may use that Mars and Scorpio energy towards that to my Aquarius people. So next up is Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Then we'll get to a little more craziness, and then I got a jet. I have to pick up somebody else in my family. I'm like freaking family taxi and stuff. So Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, how is Mars and Scorpio affecting you guys? Well, this is in your 9th house. There's not too many bad things I could say about Mars transiting the 9th house. It's all about adventure. It's all about having some really great experiences that like, and just exploring your world. You know what I'm saying? Pisces, it's about getting away. And Pisces, oh my gosh. Pisces, we live for getting away, don't we? Like getting away from negativity, getting away from everything, getting away from responsibilities, and just being able to float and chill in zen and bliss and all of that, you know? So for Pisces people, yeah, this transit's about getting away. So getting away, escaping off through traveling. It could be you guys want to have some more experiences of different things in life, different cultures. So yeah, even explore and travel around your city, your state, or whatever. It doesn't have to always be another country. Mars in the 9th is yeah, like being active, like outdoors, going camping. I mean, that depends on where you are in the world, if the weather permits. Okay, but Mars in the 9th is really good. Now, the only, I guess, bad thing I would say about Mars in the 9th could be maybe getting into it with like people in like a school type of setting, like having quarrels with those people, or like if you travel to a foreign land, like getting into a quarrel with any of those. But it's not guaranteed that's going to happen, but it's a possibility with that transit. But yeah, it's going after adventure. Whatever adventure means to you, Pisces, like just get it. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to that as a Pisces moon, like that part of Mars and Scorpio transit. But the other ones for my sun and rising sign, not looking forward to it. So yeah, so that was the horoscopes for Mars and Scorpio for every sign. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys manifest everything to the best of your abilities. So before I sign off here, I know somebody told a crazy dating story, and let me see, let me go back to it real quick. It was Alexandra. Okay, so Alexandra says, long story short, I'm a Scorpio. A Taurus woman abused me mentally and physically. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Abused you mentally and physically, controlled, manipulated you, threatened your life. Oh my God, threatened her life in front of you, girl. A Sag once lied to me all the time. I know all about that with Sages. unfortunately. Another Sag abused me mentally and threatened his life in front of me as well. I went through a ton of shit, but hey, I'm happy and in a better place. Thank goodness. Yes, girl. Thank goodness you are. That you got away from those crazy people. So you're a Scorpio sun, Alexandra. What is your rising sign? I want to know where these people's energies fall in your chart. Taurus and Sag. Excuse me. Because to attract the crazy, like I mentioned earlier, you know, people who land in your 8th house and your 12th house, they can bring the craziness to you. Oh my gosh, I'm so losing my voice now. This is whack. Why? Why do I have to be a Taurus? Oh my gosh. Anyhow, Scorpio, yo, the Scorpio thing is true with the agitation. Today started with me and you were ready to come out the car and fight, Jamar. Oh my gosh, please try. Woosah. Woosah, keep it under control. Mars doesn't enter Scorpio until a few hours from now, but still the 29th degree of Libra in itself, the anaretic degree is very strong. That could be causing people to get into conflict too, because if something is unfair or unjust, Mars and Libra will be like, yo, what's up? You know, I'm going to do something about it right now. I'm going to make it fair. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell one last crazy horror dating story. Oh my gosh. So, and like I said, mine always ended up being with Cancers, unfortunately. But once again, I'm married to a Cancer and he's dope. Okay, so I don't hate all of you. All right. So one time I was seeing this dude, right? Cancer. Another one, I tried to have a casual relationship with him. I met him. I was like, look, I'm not trying to have anything serious, but I really like hanging out with you. Let's get to know each other. So I was hanging out with him. And there was a couple times where I was at work and I worked a few different jobs. Some of them I worked late at night and this dude would be like, well, let's hang out. And I'm like, I can't, I have to work. And he would freaking pout. I'm like, dude, that's so stupid, whatever. Or if I was like out and he would call me and he's like, where are you? I'm like, oh, I'm out, you know, with my friends having a girls' night. Why wasn't I invited? Why would I invite you to a girls' night? Like, I don't know, some Cancer dudes can be a little feminine to where they can hang out with the girls and do face masks and all that stuff with us too and dance and everything and be a goofball. Okay, I get it. I get it. You guys have feminine energy. But, yo, I wasn't trying to have any dudes in the mix on a ladies' night. He would get all upset and butthurt. You didn't invite me. You didn't think of me. No, I didn't, ninja. So anyway, one night I was getting off of work. He was begging me, can I come over? Can I come over and hang out with you? I'm like, dude, I have to work tomorrow morning. I just got off of work. All I'm going to be doing is sleeping. Like, why do you want to come over? He begged and begged, and I was like, fine, but all I'm going to be doing is sleeping. So I let him in. I went to bed. I was peacefully sleeping. Like, I was almost deep in sleep, right? I felt a bite on my back. He bit me on the back. And I turned around and I said, you know what, you need to get the out of my house right now. I'm like, who does that? Why did you? He's like, I just wanted your attention. Who does that? Cancer dude. Who does that? That was it. Done. I was done. Like, come on. He straight up bit me like a little dog. Like, that's so weird. That's so weird. Other than that, I guess dating horror stories, man, if any of you guys have any last second ones, let me know in the chat and I'll read it. If you can comment below in this video after it's recorded, let me know dating horror stories and your sign and all that stuff. I guess other than that, being a Scorpio rising and having Uranus, the planet of weird, in my first house of self, I've always attracted the weirdest freaking dudes. Like at one point when I was single for a minute, I attracted dudes with these dumb nicknames, like one dude named Slow Dog, and he talked really slow, so it was an appropriate nickname, but I'm like, why me? A dude named 40 Ounce approached me one time. 40 Ounce, yeah, 40 Ounce. Let me see, what other clown nicknames did approach me back in the day? Like, oh my God, listen, you guys. Okay, so one time I was 16, and I was walking down the street after school in high school, and this pimp approached me. I swear, I'm like, was that you, Sugar Free? But under a different nickname back in the day. He acted just like how Sugar Free raps. By the way, I love Sugar Free. I'm a huge fan. He's dope. But this wannabe Sugar Free dude, a pimp, approached me. He rolled up in his car. Say, baby, what's up? What's your name? And I was just listening to his little rap, just so entertained. I was like, I can't wait to tell my homegirls. Right? So this dude, right? He was like, my name is Wisdom. Like, he's like, my name is Wisdom something something. And I was like, oh my God, seriously? So anyway, this dude was like, have you ever had your clothes tailor-made? Ooh, girl, I could take you to Texas and have some tailor-made clothes and all this stuff. And I was like, just 16, just sitting there like dumbfounded, like, what the f is he talking about, right? And then I was like, after all his little pimp speech and everything, I was like, well, I have a boyfriend, which I did at the time. And I had like a little promise ring from him. And I was like, see, I have a boyfriend, whatever. He was like, well, can your man buy you diamonds? Can your man buy you furs, girl? I could turn you out. I could show you I could show you the world, girl. Your man can't do any of that. I was like, are you fucking serious? An actual pimp, yo, named Goldie. Oh my God. And he gave me his pager number. You know, me and my friends had a ball prank calling this dude, man. Oh my God. We were like, yo, what's up, man? What's up, Goldie? What's up? Yeah, I got approached by a pimp named Goldie. Yes, it was crazy. I'm like, why me, man? Why do I attract this? This is crazy. What else? Yeah, what else? Any other crazy dating or attraction horror stories? Man, on the spot. I know I have a lot of them, but I'm like trying to work on the spot here. Well, I told a story in my other crazy relationship video that's recorded about when I dated this guy, and we had all kinds of Neptune contacts. For those who are new to astrology, Neptune is the planet of illusion and delusion and fantasy and not seeing people for who they really are. So if you have Neptune in a sign, right, and you date somebody who has planets in the same sign as your Neptune, you're going to think of them as, oh, they're my dream guy, they're my dream girl, they're my fantasy person. And a lot of times they could be very deceitful, or you could be deceitful. Or it could go both ways. Both of you guys could be like hiding things and playing roles and like, you know, really delusional with one another. So this dude, right, I was dating him. This was back a long time ago. And there was this thing called the party line. I guess like young people and teenagers would call and they would like try to hook up with each other over the phone or something. I don't know. I was a little too old for that at that time, but I brought him over to a friend's house who had a younger teenage sister and her teenage friend there. And they told me that my friend's sister told me, oh yeah, your dude kept checking out my friend. And I was so in denial, all this Neptune fog in my face. No, he's Prince Charming. He would never do that. He wasn't checking out your friend. That's stupid. Why would he do that? No, he was checking out her friend. And then another time I was around them and they were like, girl, we've heard him before on the party lines. I was like, what? That's stupid. He wouldn't do that. He's always with me. Da, 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 da. They're like, no. He even said his name and everything, and he has a very unique name. And it's same voice and everything. I was like, he wouldn't be on there. Okay. This guy, he was, let me just say, when the Neptune fog cleared, I looked back at our relationship. It played back in front of me like a movie. Man, I found out this guy, he was on meth. He was stealing money out of my young child's piggy bank. He was lying. He had girls in my car. There was this time where he had a stripper's phone number in his wallet. He had a stripper's phone number in his wallet. If he ever watches this, you know who you are. Okay. And I still remember all this stuff. All right. They're great. I'm over it now, but it's still great stories to tell about our craziness from back in the day. But anyway, one night, being a Scorpio rising, I got a little Scorpio spidey sense tingle that something wasn't right with my man. You know what I'm saying? Something wasn't right. I checked in his wallet randomly because Scorpios, we could be magnets for hidden information. We could just be like, la la, do do do. Oh, some secrets fell out. Oh shit! Like I wasn't expecting that, but hey, let me pick it up. You know. So, I opened his wallet. I looked in his wallet. There was a phone number in there, and I was like, what the? So I secretly hid the phone number in my phone in a secret place, and I called the number. I called the number. The girl answered, and she was like, oh, blah, 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 whatever. I talked to her. I asked her some questions, and I asked her where she worked. She said a stripper club. And I was like, really? And I was like, so who gave whose phone number? Was it a mutual exchange, or was it like you just giving it to him, or would you know, she's like, oh, it was mutual. We talked to one another, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, I've got that ass. All right. So I confronted my mans about this number in his wallet. And he said, listen, this is his story, right? This is his story. See, what had happened was I was at the strip club, right, with my homie, right? We were at the bar, you know what I'm saying, buying drinks, even though he had no money, right? We were at the bar buying drinks, you know what I'm saying? I had my wallet open. What the for? With no money? I don't know why. My wallet was open, right? My wallet was open. This girl intended to give my homeboy his number, right? Her number. And she accidentally dropped it in my wallet. And it was meant for my homie, but she accidentally dropped it in there. So now I have it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I was like, this mother. And I confronted him. I was like, no, you're a liar, da-da-da-da. I crumpled up the number. Bam, I threw it somewhere in the house. Okay, I don't know where it landed. And we fought and whatever, got over it. Next night, I look in his wallet. Guess what I find? That freaking crumpled up phone number back in his wallet. I was like, Ninja, who are you trying to play? Why would you? I threw that away. Why is it crumpled up back in your wallet? Like, yo, yo, the nerve of this dude, right? The nerve. Oh my gosh. There's that whole relationship is a whole like freaking disaster horror dating story. This same person kidnapped me before, took me out of the country against my will. He was a nutcase, okay? Like I thought I was gonna die, yo. I thought he was gonna bury me in the desert somewhere. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. But anyhow, yeah, the stripper and the wallet thing. And I was listening to some interviews from SZA. You know, the singer SZA. She's a Scorpio. I was listening to an interview of hers, and she's a Pisces moon too. So her intuition is on point, right? And she was telling the story about how she found a hickey on her man's neck. She went through his phone, and he had a stripper. The hickey was from a stripper and all this stuff. And she was like, she snooped through his phone and found, I'm like, dude, like SZA is like a soul sister of mine, okay? Because we went through the same thing with these crazy dudes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm really losing my voice now. And we're going on 2 hours here. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you have any crazy relationship stories, share them below, because I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys in the chat for being here and being active in the chat. The chat is lit, okay? I feel like I'm a little too old to use that word, but hell, whatever, it's lit. So thank you guys for making it that way. And yeah, tune into my next live broadcast. I've got some more stuff coming on my channel. If you would like a personal reading after all that craziness, right? Hopefully you guys will still want a reading from me, but I tell the truth, okay? If you would like a personal reading, go to my website. It's below. It's in the I button, indigomoon.astrology.com. I have specials going on right now. I do relationship readings. I do love and attraction readings. I do personal horoscopes. So if you want to know how the movement of the planets besides Mars is going to affect you over the next month, 3 months, 6 months to a year, whatever, go and check it out on my website, and I would be so happy to do it for you. And so, yeah, signing off, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so peace out until the next one. Girl, I know. All right, peace out, you guys. Have a good night. I hope nobody has any craziness during Mars and Scorpio. I'm crossing my fingers for you. All right, peace.